Jamal Harris grew up in a small southern town in Georgia. At 28, he was a kind-hearted, determined man with big dreams of making a difference in his community. Despite his talents and ambition, Jamal was no stranger to racism. From being followed in stores to being unfairly pulled over by the police, prejudice met him at every turn. But through it all, he held on to the words of his late mother. "Never let hate harden your heart. Keep walking, son, until you find your light." Jamal worked as a middle school teacher, pouring his energy into helping young kids dream big. His favorite student was Marcus, a shy boy struggling with confidence. Jamal saw himself in Marcus and worked hard to help him believe in himself. Outside the classroom, life was full of challenges. When Jamal applied for a loan to open a community center, he was denied despite having a solid plan and excellent credit. The bank manager, Mr. Douglas White, dismissed him coldly with, "Maybe next time, Mr. Harris." At the same time, Victor Caldwell, a powerful tycoon, began buying up properties in Jamal's neighborhood to build luxury apartments. Families were forced to leave their homes. Victor, well connected in the city's government, viewed Jamal and his neighborhood as obstacles to his vision of progress. One evening, as Jamal walked home, he saw Mr. Leroy, a respected elder in the community, being harassed by two police officers outside his small grocery store. Jamal stepped in and filmed the incident on his phone. The video went viral, sparking outrage in the city. Instead of bringing justice, the incident brought trouble to Jamal's doorstep. Anonymous threats began arriving. His car was vandalized, and parents at the school questioned if he was fit to teach their children. Tired of staying silent, Jamal decided to act. At a town hall meeting, Jamal spoke passionately about the racism and injustice his community faced. His words caught the attention of Mayor Rebecca Clark, a young, progressive leader who admired his courage. After the meeting, she approached him. "I believe in what you're fighting for," she said. "But you can't do this alone. Let me help you." Reluctantly, Jamal agreed. Together, they formed a task force to tackle racial inequality in the city. Along the way, Jamal found unexpected allies. Maria Alvarez, a determined journalist, used her platform to expose corruption. Officer Daniel Carter, a white police officer, joined the fight, tired of seeing good people being mistreated. Mrs. Thompson, an elderly widow who had lived in the neighborhood for decades, shared her stories of resilience and inspired Jamal to keep going. Victor Caldwell fought back, using his influence to block their efforts. At one heated city council meeting, Victor sneered, "You think you can change this city? You're just one man." Jamal stood firm. "One man with a community behind him is more powerful than you'll ever understand." After months of protests, meetings, and hard work, Jamal and Mayor Clark introduced new policies holding law enforcement accountable and preventing unfair evictions. The task force also secured funding for the community center Jamal had dreamed of for years. Victor Caldwell's power crumbled as Maria's articles exposed his corruption. Disgraced, he stepped down from his position. The grand opening of the community center was a celebration like no other. Children laughed, families gathered, and Jamal stood on stage, addressing the crowd. "This isn't just a building," he said, his voice steady and filled with emotion. "This is proof that when we stand together, we can overcome anything. No matter how many times they try to knock us down, we will rise." The crowd erupted in cheers. Marcus, now a confident young boy, ran up to Jamal and hugged him. "I want to be like you one day, Mr. Harris," he said. Jamal smiled and replied, "Be better than me, Marcus. Be the light this world needs." Jamal's journey wasn't just about fighting racism. It was about building bridges, creating opportunities, and inspiring hope. His story became a beacon for others, proving that even in the face of hate, love, and determination could light the way forward. That night, as Jamal stood outside the community center, looking up at the stars, he whispered, "I found my light, Mama. I found it."